Welcome back to Getting to Know Natalie, the Autobiography series. So, I am here with Audrey Jarrett. She's one of my beautiful mother. Aud-
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So yes, Natalie, let us continue. Tell us your relationship with these loved ones, and also tell us about them. Continue. We're continuing to talk about your loved ones who
Remembering a
passed
loved
away.
one that passed away.
Remembering,
Yes.
yeah, remembering your loved ones who passed away.
Okay, so I was talking about my cousins Norman and Al, um, losing them at such a young age. It was devastating. Um, I don't think you can ever prepare for anyone at all passing, even when you know the person has been battling illness or they're probably in old age, as you may say. You can never really be prepared to say goodbye to anyone that you've been close to. So, whenever they do pass, it always cause pain. It just always painful, and especially I know from my cousin Nadia and Auntie Billy, Uncle Alex, their parents. It was very rough saying goodbye to two young beautiful men. So I'll always remember them, always cherish the beautiful memories that I had with my cousins. They're the type of boys that you're around them, Audrey, you cannot stay sad or down with Al or
Mm-hmm.
Norman being around. And I remember even like Al was always so protective, he's always, especially because he knew about certain things with me. He's always,
Yeah.
he used to call me priest. I can't explain where him get this name from or whatever, but him have a way to say priest, how things are good. And sometimes I just be like, yeah man, I'm good, and he's always probing for more. That no, he wants every detail. Is that you're sure you're good, you eat, you sleep, he's that type of
Oh,
person. And you know you're always saying, boy, if you could just understand the why and the what ifs, but God knows
hmm.
best. And in everything, you always say we must give him thanks and trust him. So that's what way I have to do each time I have to say goodbye to someone close to me. I just say,
Yeah.
Lord, you know, and you understand why.
Yeah.
All right, so next person I'm going to speak about is my dear aunt Carl, Auntie Carl. This is
Mm-hmm.
Nerissa's mother. Um, oh, yeah, sorry. Nerissa's mother, she, she's just, man, well, Nerissa's mom, to tell the truth, I'm still kind of like, still a bit shocked. I'm still even shocked with Pastor Maxwell, because the fact that he was doing so well, and well, anyways,
Yeah.
let me not go stir up all these emotions. But with Auntie Carol, you know, saying goodbye to her, it was rough for me. Um, I was there. I was living with Nerissa for maybe about a year. I remember I was living with Nerissa and Auntie Carol and my grandfather, because my grandfather, this is my step grandfather, before he passed on, he was um in Auntie Carol's care. So I was
Mm-hmm.
in their last years. I was living close to them. I was living right next door to both of them. And
Okay.
I'm going to talk about grandfather as well because I guess since he came up now, so I'll just talk about him too. When I remember being there and I'm like, Lord, I said, why are you allowing me to see all of this? Not knowing. It's like, no, that I look back, I was like, you had to be there at that time. Because if I wasn't there, I wouldn't have spent all of that precious time with
Time.
them before they went. So I thank God He has His way of doing something sometime, and you wonder why, and then later down you're like, oh yeah.
Yes.
Before Grandpa passed on, I remember going to the hospital with him and to see the pain that he was feeling because he was battling cancer and all that pain that he was going through. And I remember I'm there and I'm like, Lord, I'm sorry I can't like just take some of his pain, just ease it so that he doesn't have to bear all of this. And then I remember I'm like, yes, you Natalie can't bear his pain for him, but God, you see, God is there for us to like even things that we think, all right, we can't do this, but God can do what you can't do. So this is why you have to keep praying and talking to God and asking God, right? God eased it and made his last days less painful before he
Yes.
went on, and he gave some of us that extra time to bond and to be in fellowship with them. And I
Mhm.
really have to thank God for that. Auntie Carol, as back to Auntie Carol, she was this person who she's the mother of the community kind of woman.
Mhm.
She cook, she feed everybody. She taking care of our neighbors, she taking care of everybody's children. Um, Anybody that have any situation, you come to Auntie Carol, she's there for you. She don't have the castle on a hill like some people, but the little that she has, Audrey,
She
she
shared.
she's sharing it within the blinking of an eye. She don't have to think about it twice or consider. She's just willing to just pour herself and give of herself, her time,
Mhm.
always. And I really love that about, well, all of these people have that kind of thing in common, because Pastor Maxwell too, he's very giving, right? Very
Yes.
sacrificial, the sacrificial kind of giving I'm talking about too. That's how they were, very kind and giving, and that's how I will remember her. um no Auntie Marva, Auntie Marva Carr, she passed on recently, just weeks ago.
Weeks
um
ago.
Auntie Marva is not my blood aunt, but aunt by relationship. She is aunt to my best friend and his mother as well as aunt. And because of Andre, I got close to Auntie Marva. I remember when I used to
Mhm.
come over to her house, and she's always checking up on me. Did you eat? You all right? And like sometimes when I remember when I used to go to PCC and I used to come there first before I go home. And sometimes she'd see that I'm tired. Like she'd see that I'm tired. She's like, oh no, she said, come on. She said, come lay down beside your Auntie Marva. She always tell me, she said, my bed is your bed, She said, come on, you're tired. She said, come sleep, man. Sleep before you go
Mhm.
do all that walking and thing. And she she
Yeah.
she always care for me like a mother would. And she's
Mhm.
always encouraging me, you know, to stand in faith and to keep praying and trusting God. She was one of that person that helped or encouraged me to just always be in Christ and to have that relationship with God. And she's
Yeah.
always encouraging me. She said, she said, you're a miracle baby. And she said, you need to talk. She said, share your experience. And she said, don't be afraid to share and talk about the goodness of God. So she's one
Mhm.
person who always encouraged me to she said, just talk. She said, God has been good to you. Talk about it. and
Yes. Yes.
that I am doing. Yes, so
Mm.
I love her dearly. I love them dearly, and I will indeed miss them very much. And I don't want to get too emotional now, so let us wrap up this part,
Yes.
and we'll go. The next video will be the last of the series. So I really hope this is blessing someone and encouraging someone.